I want to talk about that Vice President Harris interview with you a little bit. You, for years, have like sworn off politics on Call Her Daddy. You said, go on Fox, go on CNN, like this is not the show for you. Clearly, you had an internet breaking episode come out recently with the Vice President. I want to know a little bit about that. Why was this something that you felt was so important? How has the reaction online that's been, in some ways pretty divisive, how has that impacted you?
Yeah. So I have never wanted to have politicians on. And the first time I did anything, quote unquote, political on Call Her Daddy was my episode covering the overturn of Roe v. Wade. And I remember when I decided to do that, it really wasn't that hard of a decision at all. I understood that it is a political conversation. Really, it should just be a human rights conversation. Yeah. But I remember when I did that episode, I was nervous only because I knew people weren't expecting it from me. And I was really, really proud of that episode. And to this day, it's probably one of my most proud moments of something I've released for Call Her Daddy that made a genuine impact. So when the Vice President's team called, I was like, oh my God, here we go again.
So they reached out to you?
Yeah, they reached out to me, and I recognized that maybe in a different election, it wouldn't be the case, and who knows in future elections what I'll do, but this specific election, the entire focus is on women's bodies, and we're losing rights by the day. And so to have the most popular female podcast where most women listen to this show in the country, it felt like a no-brainer, just of like, how as a woman am I not going to do this? How am I going to look back at myself one day if I have children and look back at this decision? I'm really proud I did it.
Yeah.
The second half of your question about the backlash, listen, I knew it was going to come. I am very aware that my audience is very split, and I, again, take that with responsibility. I don't want to alienate people, but I did feel like I had a sense of responsibility. So I kind of like didn't care.
Yeah.
When I pressed upload, I was like, not that I didn't care what people would think, but I knew there was going to be like, cancel Alex and do all this. I have been doing this for long enough now that every time that happens, Matt always looks at me, my husband, and will be like, 2 weeks. And I'm like, 2 weeks? 2 weeks means 2 weeks and the internet will be so over whatever happens. And so not to like not take it seriously, but I also think you have to have tough skin in this industry. Like, people can say they're going to cancel me all day. They're still listening. So
yeah. So it's been worth the...
Oh, it was totally worth it. And you know what? It's like the noise always comes, the negative, and then it was overwhelming, the positivity I saw. Like, it was a lot of people coming forward and speaking up and thanking me. And just it also just created, I think, a lot of conversation, which I was really proud of. I think a lot of people were having debates and conversations over the episode, and that was exciting.